Darlene would sing Frere Jacques. She rode her scooter in front of our house. I'm crazy. She tried to run away in the 3rd grade. How come I didn't remember that? We slept in the same bed when our mom was mean to us. Why did I forget? I remember her voice. How could I forget? I'm crazy. Are you freaking out? Tell me the truth. Were you in on this the whole time? Were you?